Hey boat friends, we got an all-star coming in right now, the James R. Barker. I wanted to start out with this perspective here in the canal so you can see the ice sheets. These are very dense. There's no doubt about it. We're probably going to hear some crushing noises as these pieces of ice actually run into the James R. Barker. Lift bridge is lifting to 135 feet. Current condition, 28 degrees. There's about a 10-mile-per-hour wind here in Duluth, Minnesota. But take a look at this ice, and actually it was making noises running into each other, some of these larger pieces of ice, so I know for sure we're going to be able to hear some noise when they make impact with that James R. Barker coming in. Like I mentioned, this is an all-star. I think a lot of people are looking forward to it. I actually titled my video tonight, I believe it's the Barker's first bark of 2023, and I believe it was Shar that made that comment, so I thought that was pretty fitting, so I threw it on there. But take a look at that ice. I mean, this is pretty dense stuff. There you can see the bridges pretty much all the way up, and we will see it turn green. Take a look at that light in the middle of the screen right now. It's red. Once she hits the very top, it will turn green. Then I'm going to give you a perspective of Duluth, show you a little more in the canal, but we're definitely looking forward to Barker's bark. I think she is going to do a salute. I mean, don't hold me to that, but I believe so, just because the conditions are somewhat favorable where nothing is freezing up. And then we will take a look at the water. There's the green light that you just saw illuminate there in the middle of the bridge. Let's take a look at the water current. It's not that bright yellow light that you see, the bigger one, but in the middle of my screen there's a smaller yellow light. Again, that just means that there's not too much of a current inbound or outbound for the captain. So let's get a feel for what's going on. I showed you the dense ice. You can see that actually moving. I can see there's a slight outbound current. So let's look a little closer at what's going to be actually facing the Barker's captain. Not too many people out here tonight. I'm on the South Pier side. Beautiful conditions though. It's not too bad. I guess that ice probably is not as favorable for a captain coming in, but I believe the Barker should not have any issues coming inbound. We got a ship that's sitting out there at anchor, looking like they'll be coming into Superior. I guess I should have checked before I came out which one that is. Maybe someone could go on AIS and try to determine which ship that is. But it's going to be very interesting here with this ice. I think we're going to be able to hear a lot of sound for sure, just based on the fact that you can see the current is moving towards the lake outbound, and then you have the ship coming inbound. So there's your first real look at her. To the right part of your screen, you can see the lights there on the ship. But I think a lot of people look forward to seeing the Barker for obvious reasons, because of the whistle, very loud. So we'll see if we get that tonight. Not too sure. I hope so. Let me give you a little information about this 1,000-footer that's going to be coming in. Again, this is the James R. Barker, 1,004 feet in length, built in 1976. She is owned and operated by the Interlake Steamship Company. She was built at the American Shipbuilding Company in Ohio, and she's named after the Interlake's chairman of the board, James R. Barker. Her self-unloading system includes 3 cargo hold belts and a 250-foot boom, and is capable of discharging a cargo in about 8 hours. So as she's coming inbound to SMET dock to load coal, So she's coming in completely empty. Take a look at this ice sheet that's right below me here. And I mean, this is going to go right in to the Barker. I mean, there's a couple of them here. I mean, this is very dense. So they're just floating islands going by. So this is going to be pretty interesting as she comes in. And keep your eye on that piece of ice here that's floating just below us right here. 1,004 feet in length. Let me put this in perspective to you. In Houston, Texas, the J.P. Morgan Chase building, tallest building in Houston, is 1,002 feet. So the James R. Barker is actually lengthwise would be taller than the tallest skyscraper in Houston, Texas. And in the United Kingdom, the tallest building is the Shard. It's located in London, and that's 1,016 feet high. And lengthwise, you know, you're just talking about a few feet less with the James R. Barker. So we're talking about a very large object that is going to be floating by us and eventually pushing through this ice as well. So I think that's going to make for some fun video. As you can see, a spotlight just turned on the JRB. Let me get over there a little more so you can see the light and the ice. Let's see how she navigates through this. I'm going to stick with this shot right here for a moment so we can watch what happens with this ice for sure. I'm on the south pier side. North pier side is the other side that you see right there with that red blinking light on that lighthouse. That's the Canal Park side. 245 feet across, what you're seeing. Again, no easy task. 1,004-foot vessel navigating the way through this canal, going to SMET dock to load coal. So she's coming in completely empty. She'll be sitting high up out of the water. Okay, I can actually hear impact right now. Let me try to zoom in here. We can get a look at what she's doing. Yes, I'm hearing impact. As she gets closer, we're all going to hear this. Take a look at those bright lights. Definitely have some very bright lights on the stern of the ship. That's the rear portion of the ship. Looks like she doesn't look like she has her bow light on. Oh yeah, she's making significant impact into this ice. As she gets closer, we should have a better light for us to check this out. But take a look at those lights. Very bright. Again, I do see a crew member that just turned a flashlight on, and they're walking at the top of the bow there, right at the front of the ship. They're probably checking out what's going on with that ice. Now remember what I mentioned, those two large buildings. This is what you are seeing really floating on its side, coming through the canal right now. But yeah, she's making some serious impact into these ice chunks. You can hear the thuds. I'm going to sit silent for a moment just so we can hear it. Take a look at the crew on top of the bow there. See that? Just hammering that ice. Notice the change in the current right now. It's coming back towards us. Huge impact. So let's hope that we get a whistle exchange. Again, this is a 1,004-foot vessel, my friends. Just hammered that ice. Look at the ice that's disturbed right below here. Give you a shot of the pilot house, the superstructure. You can see the stack right there. Take a look at this ice below us moving now. Look at that. It doesn't sound like we're getting a whistle exchange, so Shar and everybody else, we might have to wait until she goes outbound to get that first bark of the year. But wow, what an amazing look at her going through that ice. I mean, that was just first time I've ever caught that, obviously, on video, and I can't recall seeing a ship hitting the ice like that. And she was flying out on the lake. She was doing about 13 knots all the way in, so really moving. She's actually moving pretty fast through the canal, if you notice that too. Well, let's get a look at her making that turn. There was really a disturbance with that ice as she went through. And now we have the aerial lift bridge coming down. Yeah, hey everybody in chat, that was really cool to actually catch that ice breaking on video. I was hoping that we'd be able to get something like that, and for it to be the Barker, that's a double bonus really. But she slammed right through, no problem. Again, she was really cruising 13 knots out on the lake coming inbound, so she's in a quick rush here to get that coal over at SMET, and she'll be going outbound tomorrow. Kind of disappearing in the steam there, you notice that with the wind? Well, we didn't get a Barker's bark, but we did get to see some ice breaking as she went through. So I'm going to keep my eye on Indiana Harbor. That's another 1,000-footer that's going to be going outbound pretty soon. But we got to see the Barker come in for the first time in 2023. Hopefully your night is going good. We got one more to go, so just stick with me and keep your eye on the thumbnail that I put up. It'll give you approximate time when I'll go live. Make sure your notification is set, and we'll do this again. See you in a couple minutes, boat friends.